The year is 2058. Our world has become the overgrown wilds. Earth is no longer a planet of cities, but a suffocating jungle. A decade ago, a meteorite bearing extraterrestrial microbial life struck the Amazon rainforest. From it bloomed a hyper-aggressive vine, its microscopic seeds carried globally by air currents. Now, this invasive flora chokes every urban space, transforming skyscrapers into colossal green monoliths and rendering roads impassable. Humanity fought, deploying every known herbicide and cutting tool, but the vine's growth rate was relentless, outstripping all efforts. Farmlands vanished, livestock starved, and the global food supply chain collapsed entirely. Sunlight, once abundant, now rarely penetrates the dense, verdant canopy that blankets continents. Scattered communities endure in fortified clearings, linked by increasingly fractured radio signals. They send out explorers into the green labyrinth, a desperate quest for dwindling resources. Many never return. Unseen predators, a new species believed to be of alien origin, lurk within the impenetrable depths. Their guttural calls, a chilling testament to a world utterly consumed.
Hello, this is Echo Delta 42, and this is John Moorstone calling from what used to be Houston, or more accurately, what used to be my apartment in what used to be Houston. It's more of a green tomb now, but anyway, I'm just checking in to see if anyone's on the wire. I thought I heard a faint whisper of something earlier, thought it might be someone trying to break through the green noise and reach out. I don't know. But anyway, it is day. What day is it? Shit, I don't even know what day it is anymore. It's just another day in the vines. And I've been trying to get some light in here. Been at it all morning, actually. I've got my trusty machete, the one I found in old man Henderson's garage before the garage became a big pile of green slop. And it's a good blade. Not good enough for this, though. I'm trying to chop away the vines from the outside of my main window, just to get a sliver of light, but the shit seems to grow back faster than I chop it. You can't leave the window open for too long, not even a crack. And I learned that the hard way. The first few months when things were just getting bad, not this bad, but pretty fucking bad, I left a window ajar for some fresh air, thought I was being smart, and came back a few hours later, and the whole frame was laced with these fine, hair-like tendrils already starting to push into the apartment. They're like living feelers, searching for purchase. And I swear to God, if I hadn't caught it then, I'd be resting in peace in a green fucking hammock by now. So, no open windows, ever. Let that be a lesson. But luckily, these old apartment windows, they're tough. Double pane, good solid frames. They've held up so far against the pressure, the sheer weight of this stuff. You can hear it sometimes like a deep groan, like the building itself is sighing under the burden. Or maybe that's just the vines settling, I don't know. But either way, it's a constant worry. One good crack and it's over. Just a matter of time, I suppose. Everything is these days. But through that tiny opening, I re-cleared this morning because it's already half gone again. I can still see out just a little. There's no Houston out there anymore. Nothing but green. As far as the eye can see, the old buildings, the downtown skyscrapers, they're just green monoliths now. Not even monoliths, really. More like huge ancient trees sculpted into vague architectural shapes. Trees that still grow and grow and grow. The whole city is just a jungle now. One big suffocating, choking, never-ending jungle. But anyway, as for food, well, it's getting tight, really tight. I've got maybe another month, 6 weeks if I'm really careful, on what I've got left. Canned goods, mostly. Some dried stuff. As for water, Water's not a problem. Thank God for small mercies, and for good old Houston plumbing, I guess. See, we've been having these incredible downpours lately. Not just rain, but like really heavy torrential downpours. And that's a good thing, oddly enough. My apartment, it's got one of those old school drainage pipes that runs down the side of the building. Or at least it used to run all the way down. Now, it just empties into the massive vine mass below. But anyway, because the building is still here mostly and the vines haven't quite crushed everything, the top part of the pipe still collects water from the roof, or what passes for a roof under all the green up there. So anyway, what I did was, it took me a while, and it was tricky working in the dim light, but I remembered how they used to run those auxiliary lines for emergency water in old buildings. And in my old job, I was a radio tech, a communications technician. For the local power utility, I used to set up long-range comms, emergency repeaters, antenna arrays on top of buildings, sometimes even underground lines. I knew my way around wiring, plumbing, structural integrity, all the stuff you need when you're rigging up a communication system. So anyway, I found where the old drainage pipe ran closest to my wall on the interior. It was right behind what was once a closet. And it took me days, but I carefully drilled a small pilot hole, then widened it, had to be exact, and I used sealant to secure a smaller PVC pipe leading from the main drain directly into a series of big plastic barrels that I managed to scavenge. And had to put a filter on it, of course. There's lots of leaves and other organic matter in that water. But it works. Slow drip, clean water, plenty of it. So at least I won't die of thirst, just starve. So that's comforting. Always look on the bright side, hey? But anyway, I am completely trapped in here. Every exit, every single doorway, every stairway, every window, apart from this one, where I've got a tiny bit of light coming through, is choked. I can cut away a few of the vines, the thinner ones, but most of them are just too thick. And while you spend your time hacking at one piece, more of it is growing somewhere else. You just can't keep up with it. So I can't create a big enough gap in the vines to escape. And even if I did, where do you escape to? Spend long enough out there, and that stuff will just wrap itself around your feet, move its way up around your legs and the rest of your body, and just suffocate you. If they don't crush your insides to the brink of internal bleeding and death, they'll just end up choking you once they reach your neck anyway. 7 months ago was the last time anyone left this apartment, and that was my brother, Mark. He couldn't take it anymore being cooped up in here. He started talking to himself, pacing around all the time, shouting at the vines. Said he could hear them talking back, and I tried to calm him down, tried to tell him we'd find a way, that we just needed to conserve, to wait it out, but he just snapped. And one night he woke up, said he had a dream, showing him a way out of the vines, and said he was going to find it, so I tried to stop him, but his mind was gone, and he smashed through the nearest window, not this one, a smaller one in the kitchen, and just disappeared into the vines. So I went after him. I was calling his name for about an hour, maybe longer, while the vines were trying to wrap themselves around my feet, but nothing. He was gone. So I had to climb back up the vines, back up to the window, board it up, and yeah, I've never seen him since. That was it. And God, I miss him. I don't know what became of him. My best guess would be that he got so far and then the vines got a hold of him. Maybe he stopped for a moment, and if you stop, you're in real trouble. Once those things get a hold, it's very difficult to get free again, as I'm sure many of you know. And if you fall when you're trying to break free, you're done. So that could have been what happened to him. The vines just claimed him, piece by piece. Or maybe the vine crawlers got him. there's a lot of them out there. Probably a lot more than we think. I mean, you can hear them all over the place when night falls. They're obviously nocturnal because you don't hear them so much during the day. But at night, man, no, they really come alive. That's when it truly gets eerie out there. Like now, I can hear a couple off in the distance. I think I've actually caught a glimpse of them 2 or 3 times. It basically just like shadows in the undergrowth moving around. They're fast as well, but God, I hate the sound of them. It's just that shrieking sound they make. It almost sounds paranormal or something. It sends shivers down my spine. And I don't scare easily, but the vine crawlers fucking scare me. I'll admit that. I want to know what they look like, and at the same time, I don't. But when you hear those sounds, you can't help but imagine their appearance. Your mind just, it fills in the blanks. I imagine them like big, overgrown, mutated insects maybe, or something reptilian or with tough bark-like skin, maybe camouflaged perfectly within the vines themselves, long multi-jointed limbs that can grip and tear through the dense growth, red eyes that glow in the dark. Yeah, I don't know. But something like that, that's how I picture them. I guess everyone probably imagines something different. But the signal seems to be getting a bit weak again, and it happens from time to time. Actually, it always seems to happen around this time. For some reason, it starts getting all fuzzy on me. It must be the,
And no matter how hard I tried, I just couldn't break free. I was upside down, my legs all tied up, scratches all over my body, my hands and arms rendered completely immobile, my neck getting squeezed tighter and tighter. I'm slowly getting strangled to death, and I thought, this is the last time I am ever trying bondage. BDSM is not my thing.
Yeah, it certainly sounds like you got yourself into a right old pickle there.
Oh, a right old pickle indeed, Karen. A right old pickle indeed. I mean, who'd have thought a 91-year-old Tajikistani grandma could be so sadistic and strong? I certainly didn't.
No, but I guess where she comes from, they're used to hard work and heavy lifting. So,
I'm fat, Karen. That's what you're trying to say.
No, I'm not saying you're fat, Jimmy. I just meant...
No, it's fine, Karen. No need to explain. I'm a big boy. I can take it. I guess I'll just have to starve myself now, seeing as you seem to have a problem with my 5,000 calories a day intake.
Oh, come on, Jimmy.
Yeah, but that's fine, Karen. After I've withered away, just chop me up and throw me on the barbecue, why don't you?
You're overreacting, Jimmy.
Have a nice feast on fatty Waxmore. Yeah, you're welcome. Tonight's menu: Jimmy's liver and vines drizzled with hurtful remarks and a general lack of consideration. Good golly, Karen, you can be incredibly mean sometimes.
Jimmy, I wasn't trying to be mean, but...
But what, Karen? But what?
But we do have a limited supply of food, and I've lost like 25 pounds, and I'm pretty sure at least 3 of them are on your double chin. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Now that's harsh. Very harsh indeed. I've told you, Karen, that is a condition. It's run in the family for generations. We've got 0.5% turkey DNA. My God, Karen, I'm really disappointed in you. I'm really going to have to reconsider our friendship now. Say what you want, but don't bring my chin into it.
2 chins. But listen, Jimmy, if I offended you, I'm sorry. I don't know, I'm just really out of sorts right now. The lack of light is really getting to me, I think, and those vine crawlers are keeping me awake at night. I haven't had a proper night's sleep in months, and so I apologize, Jimmy. The last thing we need to be doing right now is fighting, so let's just move on and forget about it.
Okay, all right. I agree, Karen. Fighting is only going to make this already very difficult situation even more difficult, and you know me, I'm not one to hold on to grudges, Karen. I just move on and pretend everything is fine, while deep down the burning resentment and desire for revenge is torturing me, but rest assured, you're in absolutely no danger whatsoever, Karen.
Okay, well, thank you for, suppressing your urge to murder me. I appreciate that.
Don't mention it, Karen. You're very welcome. But anyway, as for those pesky vine crawlers, God, I can't get a wink of sleep, Karen. What with their hootin' and howlin', or shrieking and growlin', I should probably say. But holy hot waffles, they're a pain in the ass. Just as you're about to drift off, one of them starts at it again.
Yeah, and not only that, but what if some night they just crawl up the vines and smash through the window or something?
Oh, don't you worry your silly little head about that, Karen. They're too busy out there killing the remaining outdoor population to be thinking about us. And even if they did, one look at my physique and they'd soon scamper back out that window.
Because it's so repulsive?
What? No, Karen. Because of the muscles. Just look at me. I'm a work of terrifying art. Look at my pecs.
Wow, yes, those breasts are terrifying.
Yes, thank you. So, as I was saying, don't you worry, Karen. Sleep soundly, because Jimmy Waxmore's got your back. And good golly, most women would cut their own face off just to have me breathing down their neck all night. So just think of that, Karen. Those nights when you're scared and you feel alone and vulnerable. I'm right behind you, watching you, breathing softly in the darkness, staring intently at the back of your beautiful ginger head, making sure no harm comes to it.
Oh my God.
But anyway, holy bananas, Karen, how things have changed. Many a year ago, we looked out that same window, cars passing in the distance, people going about their merry way, proud skyscrapers standing tall, their windows glinting in the hot sun, planes flying hither and thither, birds chirping from the treetops, sirens wailing, a beautiful lady in a short summer skirt strutting past, completely oblivious to the lustful eyes observing those soft, luscious legs from behind the blacked-out studio window. And now look at it. A never-ending mass of green spaghetti and despair. But anyway, Karen, I think it's time for old Jimmy to try and get some shut-eye. The sheer boredom of spending another day trapped inside with you in the vines really took it out of me. I'm completely zonked. And please, Karen, if you can, try and keep down the nighttime whimpering. It's very distracting when I'm trying to sleep, and, to be brutally honest, quite selfish. Good night, Karen. Oh my God, you've started already.
Does the call sign even matter anymore? I don't know, but anyway, this is Sam again, broadcasting from the box, as we call it, our trusty, rusty shipping container, and you can probably hear the boys in the background. That's Frank and Marty on their shift. That sound, that's the sound of our lives now. Just chunk, 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 chopping away at the vines. It just literally never stops. Day and night, someone's always on it. We take it in shifts, 3 hours on, 6 off, but the off time, that's for getting a bit of sleep, eating. If there is something to eat, keeping watch, trying to fix something that's broken. So there's no real time off, so to speak, but there's 13 of us here. There were 14, but yeah, anyway, there's 13 of us now, and we've been in our big, rusty 40-foot steel box for, it must be 15 months now, something like that. We lost track of the days a long time ago, and so you just kind of measure time by the light, by the rain, or by who's on chopping duty. That's how it kind of works, but yeah, we came across the container by chance, really, and it's been good to us. It's shelter, that's the main thing. And we've sealed it up as best we can, welded the doors so they only open a crack, just enough to squeeze in and out. But steel gets cold, very cold. It sucks the heat right out of you. But we've got a little pot-bellied stove we dragged in here, vented out through a hole that we cut in the top, and we burn the vines. Yeah, they're wet, they're sappy, they spit and hiss and don't give off much heat, but it's something better than nothing, and once you've got a bit of dry wood to get it going, which we have for now anyway, the vines do the job, and it's quite satisfying burning them, and it's a small bit of revenge. We're burning the enemy to keep from freezing to death. So there's some kind of irony in that, I suppose, but food, that's the big one, that's the constant worry. the thing that gnaws at you more than the cold. We've got a little patch, maybe 20 square feet, where we managed to clear the soil down to dirt, and we're trying to grow potatoes, some beans, but it's not much, and the soil is just, it's wrong. It's full of the vine's roots, and they just strangle anything we try to put in. We get a few spuds, maybe a handful of beans a week, but yeah, that's about it, unfortunately. So mostly we just forage, we send out teams, and that's the most dangerous job because of the vine crawlers, obviously, not to mention the vines themselves, and the risk of getting lost out there in the deep green. You're just looking for anything. Old stores, canned goods, and a lot of it's rusted out, bloated, or just completely useless. But sometimes you hit the jackpot. Like a month ago, Mikey and Sarah found a basement pantry, mostly collapsed, but they pulled out 6 cans of corn, 2 cans of peaches, and a big plastic tub of protein powder. Stuff tasted like chalk, but my God, the calories. We made that powder last for 2 weeks, just a spoonful in your morning water, and we felt like kings. But anyway, we've got a system. Jen, she's our, I guess you'd call her our quartermaster. She weighs everything, divides it, and it's always by weight, always fair, so no arguments. We can't afford arguments. Your share is your share, and the only exception is if you're on chopping duty, you get a bit more. Not much, but a bit, because your body needs it. I mean, you're swinging an axe or a sledge with a blade welded onto it for 3 hours straight, and you burn through everything you've got. You come back inside drenched in sweat. Because as you know, the humidity in the vines is sometimes unbearable, but thankfully we're doing okay for water. The rains have been heavy. We've got tarps rigged up, funnels it all into a couple of old plastic containers, so that's great. And hopefully, if and when we go through a bit of a dry spell, weather-wise, we'll still have plenty of water left to keep us going. Fingers crossed. But the worst part of all this, for me personally, is the vine crawlers. They just really freak me out, especially when you can hear them prowling around in the vines at night. We've never actually gotten a clear look at one. Just shapes, or movement in our periphery, that sort of thing, but just the sound of them as well. It freezes the blood, stops you dead in your tracks. You just know that they are the predator and you are the prey, so that's why the night watch is so important. And we've got a platform up on top of the container, and someone's always up there from dusk till dawn. And we've got a spotlight hooked up to the generator and a rifle. One rifle, 23 rounds left. But it's not so much for the crawlers. We don't know if it would even hurt them. It's more of a last resort, a signal, a way to make a lot of noise and alert the others if something gets past the perimeter. Maybe the shot could even scare the crawlers away, but I very much doubt it. But we do hear shots ringing out in the distance quite a bit, so I'm guessing that's people trying to shoot the crawlers. But it's very hard to hit a target you can't even see until they're right up in your face and eating it, or whatever it is they do. From what I've heard, they just sort of snatch you and take you back to wherever they call home, I guess, and then presumably kill you, but anyone who's been taken has unfortunately never lived to tell the tale, not that we know of anyway. So that's just one battle of many battles we're fighting out here, as I'm sure you are too, wherever you are. And I hope you're doing all right out there. As for the fight against the vines, as I said earlier, we've got a small clearing, which unfortunately seems to be getting smaller by the day. We're not expanding. We're not conquering new ground. We're just holding the line, defending this little postage stamp of dirt against the tide. And when we lose an inch, we have to fight for a week to get it back. We did try fire at the beginning. We thought that was the answer, but we almost choked to death on the fumes, which we've come to learn are extremely poisonous, even if you inhale just a small amount, hence the reason we are down from 14 people to 13, and it could have been a lot worse. A few of us were very lucky to make it, or unlucky, depending on who you ask. But anyway, listen, I gotta go. My shift is about to start, so yeah, I'll be back on the air in a couple of hours probably. Jen gets tired of me talking on this thing, but I don't know. It's just a way of feeling connected, I guess, and even if nobody's listening. But I hope you are. All right, speak soon.
Yeah, so I am currently walking through the vines with my wife Tiffany. We set out about 4 hours ago now. I say walking, but we're more fighting our way through the vines, if anything, hacking at them with my machete as we try and make our way through. We're pushing northbound, trying to make it to Rosenberg, where my brother is staying. He's got a clearing of some sort, him and his friends. So he told us to make our way over before our apartment, which we've just left, becomes completely entombed and before there's no escape. So we took his advice, we packed our things, and we left. And so we're currently whacking our way through the vines. Our arms are almost completely numb, and we probably still got another 5 hours of this. We're making very slow progress. I used to take this route to work Monday to Friday, and it was a busy street, constant traffic on it, a lot of noise, a hub of activity, and now it's unrecognizable. The houses and buildings that used to line the street are just, well, you can't even see them anymore. They're just buried under the vines. There's literally no evidence that they were ever there. And the same goes for the road. It's barely even a path now. The vines have completely consumed it. Some parts of it have become completely impassable, and we have to either go around the vines or cut through them as best we can. And sometimes we have difficulty relocating the road or the path or whatever because everything just looks the same. It's hard to differentiate between anything. Everything's just a tangle of green mess. So, we have to be careful. We don't get lost. We don't have the luxury of sat-nav anymore. So, this is old school trekking, which I always wanted to do when I was a kid, Frodo style. No, I was obsessed with Lord of the Rings as a kid, and obsessed with the idea of going on a big adventure. But, unfortunately, this wasn't the adventure I had in mind. It's not nearly as enjoyable as it was in my imagination. This isn't just vegetation or a forest or jungle where you just push a leaf or a branch aside. This is like a living, breathing enemy constantly trying to wrap itself around you. This shit is a nightmare. It's actively trying to stop you from going any further and just swallow you. You take a step, and before your other foot can even settle, you feel it. It's like Velcro. It's just constantly trying to latch onto you. You leave your hand there for a second, and it's attempting to tighten its grip around your wrist. It's almost like it's got an intelligence in some terrifying plant-like way. Some of these vines are just massive. They're like an anaconda or some shit like that. You try and cut through it, you're thinking the machete will just slice right through it. But, nothing. It just flexes. And plus, it's almost impossible to get a clean swing at it because there's so many other vines attached to it. And some of the, I don't know what you call them, central support vines, I guess. Some of them are easily 3 feet wide. They're solid as oak, but with this wet kind of alien texture that just feels weird, just wrong. And as for the sap, get that stuff on your hands and it's like super glue mixed with acid. Very sticky, and it sort of burns a little if you don't wipe it off quickly, and it smells almost metallic, or like a chemical of some sort. That's the only way I can describe it, but it definitely doesn't look, feel, or smell like anything that should be growing on this planet. And as well as that, as soon as you cut it or take a chunk out of it, not immediately, but you can see the new growth, the tendrils or whatever, healing the wound you just made, like it's stitching itself back up. It's like we're walking through a living organism, which I suppose we are, and it's constantly trying to stitch itself back together around us. And my God, it is so damn humid in here. It's not just the vines that are suffocating, the air is too, and it's also very eerie in here, especially because I know what this place was like before the vines took over, with all the traffic, sirens in the distance, horns honking, people talking, dogs barking, all that stuff, and now it's just eerie. Just the constant sound of leaves brushing off each other and the creaking sound of the vines, a slight breeze, and that's pretty much it. And thankfully, no sound of you know what. I can't even mention their names, or Tiffany just freaks out. So, the less said about that, or them, I should say, the better. But anyway, we just have to keep on going, keep pushing forward. We don't have a choice. My brother David, he's counting on us, and we're counting on David. He's our best shot, and my God, what a feeling that's going to be when we get there. I don't think I've been this scared, this low on hope, but at the same time, so excited, because I haven't seen my brother in probably over 2 years now, and we were very close. We are very close, I should say, and yeah, it's going to be great to see him, and it will lift Tiffany's spirits too, having other company around instead of just me the whole time. That can't be easy, but yeah, it's going to be awesome, and that's what keeps us going, knowing why we're doing this, and knowing that it'll all be worth it in the end. And like I said, another 5 hours and we should be there, so there's still a long way to go, still a lot of vine to get through, but we're going to make it, and best of all, David's got a couple of beers ready and waiting for me, so I cannot wait to chink bottles with my big brother and get a very long-awaited cold beer down my neck. It's going to be so cool. And I've got a little surprise for him, too. He's going to be stoked. I've got our dad's really old, like really, really old CD Walkman that he used when he was a kid in, like, the mid-90s, I guess, and it still works. But wait. It gets better. I've got Beastie Boys, Check Your Head album too. And me and my brother listened to that over and over again, nonstop for like a year when we were teens back in the late 30s. All our friends thought we were weird, but we loved that old 90s stuff that my dad used to listen to. And man, I can't wait to see his face when he sees what I've got. It doesn't really get better than that, being reunited with your older brother after years apart, cracking open a couple of beers, reminiscing about the old days, and rocking out to Beastie Boys. Can't wait to see you, brother.
Hey, Brian, be quiet for a sec. Did you hear that? What was that?
I didn't hear anything. Why? What did you hear?
It sounded like, I don't know, like something moving around in the vines or something. Seriously, what was that?
I honestly did not hear anything. Nothing whatsoever.
Yeah, because you're talking into that thing all the time. Like, I heard something seriously. There's something in there.
All right, let me just listen a second. I can't hear anything. Let's just keep moving.
I don't know. I swear I heard something.
Yeah, I believe you, but it could have been anything. I mean, there's bound to be some animals around somewhere, so...
Yeah. So, what if it was a vine crawler?
It wasn't... I don't think people realize how rare they actually are. People talk about them as if there's millions of them, like colonies of them, like they're as common as ants or something. And believe me, if it was a vine crawler, I don't think the two of us would be talking to each other right now. So, don't worry about it, Tiff. Let's just keep going. A few more hours and we're all good.
Yeah, I'm alright. Don't worry.
Love you, Tiff.
Love you too, honey.
Anyway, on we go. You know, the weirdest thing about these vines is how perfectly they mimic architectural structures sometimes. Like, you'd think there was a building behind some of them that have just been consumed by the vines, but there isn't. You'll see what looks exactly like a Gothic archway, or something like that. Perfectly sculpted, but it's just two massive vine trunks that have grown together and, fused at the top, or you see what looks like a window frame, absolutely symmetrical, and it's just pure living plant matter. It's like I said before, like they have some kind of intelligence, like they've absorbed the knowledge of our cities and are trying to rebuild them in their own twisted image. They're actually quite fascinating, and I mean, as much as they're a pain in the ass and have essentially brought the world as we knew it to an end. They are fascinating. You can't deny that.
Hey, I heard something again. I definitely heard something.
Like I said, Tiff, it's nothing to worry about. It's probably just a...
Hey, what up?
Oh, shit!
Oh my god, what the hell?
Yo, relax.
Damn, you scared the shit out of me, man.
Shit, my bad. Yo, what you doing out here?
What the hell are you doing, man? Where'd you even come from?
There, man.
Where?
There.
Where's there?
Exactly, man. It's all just vines. What you want, a motherfucking postal address?
Alright, fair enough. Where are you headed?
Originally, I was headed north, but then I bent down to tie my shoelace, and when I got back up, I didn't know which way I was facing, so I just started walking, and then I realized the sun was setting, and I remembered the sun almost always sets in the west, apart from on Easter Sunday, when obviously it sets in the east. So when I realized I was headed west, I turned left to head back up north, but then somehow walked around in a big circle and ended up back where I had originally been.
Alright, well, you'll be delighted to learn that we're headed north.
Damn.
Which means you are too, so you're finally on the right track.
You a lifesaver, man, and you too. Yeah, I didn't even get your names.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Tiffany, Brian's wife.
All right, cool.
So what's your name?
DJ.
DJ?
Yeah, as in D for Dick and J for Juggler.
So Dick Juggler.
That's me. So how you holding up, Tiffy? You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm alright. Hanging in there, I guess.
For real, that's all you can do right now. Make the climb, and you beat the vine. That was my pop's motto, and he lived by it. Until he did actually try to climb a vine, and was left dangling upside down after it wrapped itself around his leg before slowly strangling him to death.
Oh my god.
But the point is, one vine at a time, Tiffy. One vine at a time.
Yeah, that's wise advice. Thank you, DJ.
Yo, how long you two been walking?
It's been like... How long has it been, Tiff?
4 hours, 13 minutes.
And what's up north? Why you headed there?
Well, my brother's got a place in Rosenberg. Him and a couple of friends forged a small clearing of some sort, so he told us to come up and stay there, and they need a few extra hands to chop the vines back anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much it. We should make it there in the next 5 hours or so.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. You know, I hate to ask, but you think he got room for one more? I can cook, clean, I got advanced scavenging techniques, I can offer perimeter security and shit, nighttime patrols, make sure anybody acting fishy get fucked up, what else I got? Yeah, I got bartering and negotiation skills, crisis management and de-escalation skills, extra societal resource repurposing and procurement skills, otherwise known as stealing shit. I can provide an emergency barbershop service, a whole range of different shit that I believe I can offer the clan. I mean the community.
Yeah, look, as long as you can chop vines, you're more than welcome. We need all the extra hands we can get, so, and my brother's a nice guy, so, yeah, there shouldn't be a problem, as long as you don't become one.
Yeah, I give you my word, Brian. You ain't gonna get no trouble from me, and I appreciate that, man. I really do, so thank you. And you too, Tiffy, for letting me tag along.
It's all good. Like, we all have to try and help each other out, so...
You both very good people. You really are.
Did you guys hear that?
Sounded like a bird or something?
I must be deaf. I didn't hear anything.
Holy shit.
Brian, what is that? What the hell is that?
Okay, I think we need to move a bit quicker, guys.
I'm scared, Brian.
Just keep moving, Tiff. Keep moving.
Fucking vines.
This way, Tiffy. This way. It's easier.
For fuck's sake.
Is that it? Sounds like they stopped.
I don't know. Maybe we, crossed their territory or something, and now we're clear of it.
I'm so fucking scared. Just don't talk, guys. We don't want to draw any more attention to ourselves than we already are.
Oh, fuck!